Deebock, and you are now tuned in to episode 2 of My Thoughts. Now, for this episode, we got to kick things off a little earlier than usual because I got an appointment at 11 a.m. So I figured I'd do the show earlier as a result. Man, we got some things to talk about, man. I watched Monday Night Raw. You gotta talk about that. Gotta talk about the NBA Finals. And we also gotta talk about my day trading aspirations. Got a lot to get into. Short period of time. So sit back and enjoy the episode. To kick things off, I wanted to talk about WWE Creative. After watching Monday Night Raw last night, I came away with a myriad of mixed emotions. They had some good things happen, and they also had some exhausting things repeat themselves. Penta versus Rey Mysterio. Although I knew Penta was going to emerge victorious, it was still an exciting match put on by two great luchadors. Definitely the highlight of the show for me. I can't believe that after the match, Rusev really takes off Rey Mysterio's mask. I'm like, yo, we still doing that in 2026? Taking off Luchador's mask? And everybody done seen what Rey Mysterio looked like without his mask, but to televise it on WWE television is different. I'm like, wow, that really looks really devastating. That makes Rusev look like a total dominating force as he takes off Rey Mysterio's mask. But another interesting element to Raw was Chad Gable. He came to the rescue of Rey Mysterio and Penta as they were under attack by All Ego Ethan Page and Rusev. Now, WWE appears to be repositioning Chad Gable through a redemption arc as he publicly atones for his past disrespect towards lucha libre culture under the El Grande Americano persona. It'll be interesting to see what a babyface Gable can achieve with the genuine creative push. Whether he emerges as a legitimate contender or if this brief resurgence proves fleeting, sending him back down the card. Chad Gable, he's always had the in-ring ability. He's good on the mic. The only real flaw with him is the lack of creative trust. Creative has been, in my opinion, the only thing holding him back. If Kurt Angle gives you that cosign and says you could be a future world champion, then WWE, I think that's a good indication that you should at least give it a try. It's really unfortunate that it took his feud with Ludwig Kaiser in AAA in their 5-star match, according to Dave Meltzer, and really according to everybody in the wrestling community, for you to finally see what you had in Gable and to give him a chance to run with the ball. I want to see Chad Gable capture the world title at some point. I don't know how they're going to do it. I don't know when they're going to do it. I don't know if they're going to do it. That's just what I want to see because I like wrestlers that can wrestle. You know? Yeah, personas are cool. Yeah, powerhouses look dominating. But at the end of the day, World Wrestling Entertainment revolves around entertaining wrestling. And I feel like that's what Chad Gable provides. You know, it's been a real while since the WWE put the belt on a technician in the ring, like Gable. The last one that I could recollect is Kurt Angle. You know, so I definitely think that that's a move that they should make, man. I think they should go all the way with Chad. You know, especially at this current state of WWE. Like everybody's yearning for something new, a new world champion. We tired of seeing Cody and Roman. You know, so you got to make a new star, make some new stars. You know, you got the talent. Give the guy a chance. See what happens. What also happened on Raw that honestly I'm exhausted with is in the main event for the 4-way match between Javon Evans, Ricky Saints, Seth Rollins, and Tyler Tonga. The Vision, Austin Theory, and Braun Breaker end up costing Seth Rollins the King of the Ring tournament. I'm exhausted with the Seth Rollins redemption arc story. I'm really exhausted with that. Now I understand that they don't really have anything else for Seth Rollins to do. He's a former world champion. And they're not quite ready to have him feud Roman Reigns. They're most likely saving that for later on in the year. If they don't continue this division storyline, what is Seth going to do? Can't take a step back and challenge anyone else for any lower title on the hierarchy because that'll be a step back for his character. So you're kind of stuck with Seth Rollins shooting with the vision, and you regurgitating the same angle over and over and over. But yeah, it was kind of exhausting to see Austin Theory and Braun Breaker cause Seth Rollins the match. On the other hand, now with the current standing of the King of the Ring bracket, I believe I know who's going to win. Ultimately, it's going to come down to, in my humble opinion, Obafemi in the King of the Ring finals versus LA Knight. And they will have a match at Night of Champions to determine who will win 2026 King of the Ring in advance face Roman Reigns. To allow me to take it a step further, I believe that during that match, Brock Lesnar will interfere, Austin Obafemi, the 2026 King of the Ring. Also setting up Obafemi versus Brock Lesnar 3 in Minnesota. On the other side of it, we'll have LA Knight after weeks of talking about how doesn't like Roman Reigns, doesn't like the bloodline. Finally gets a shot at the tribal chief, the World Heavyweight title. I believe Oba beats Brock Lesnar and Oba Brock 3. Ending the feud, also ending Brock Lesnar's legendary Hall of Fame. But here's where I take a turn. As LA Knight and Roman Reigns, what I think could happen is at SummerSlam, they should have LA Knight defeat Roman Reigns. With element of Jacob Fatu hosting Roman Reigns the World Heavyweight title. I believe that's a win for all parties involved. Continue the tension between Jacob Fatu and Roman Reigns. You make a new star finally giving LA Knight the ball. showing him that you believe in him and you could see him as that guy. Finally giving the fans what they've been waiting on with him for over 3 years now. One of the most over guys in the company. You still making Roman Reigns look strong because he didn't lose to LA Knight fair and square. Because make no mistake, if Roman Reigns wins at the SummerSlam pay per view, ever emerges as the king of the ring after Night of Champions, that completely derails the legitimacy of the king of the ring, the legitimacy of that superstar to be victorious in the king of the ring, and you just giving us the same regurgitated angle that Roman Reigns in the bloodline is unstoppable. And they continue to feed the narrative that the WWE is boring and it's predictable. Who wants to see that? I know I don't. You know how refreshing it would be as a fan to see LA Knight win the World Heavyweight title from Roman Reigns at SummerSlam? No one would expect that. Nobody would see that coming, except for me. I mean, I see it. I see it as a possibility. Now, whether WWE has the confidence to actually pull the trigger and make it happen, or the only way this works is you got to give LA Knight a legitimate run with the belt. Got to make him look like a true champion. Can't give him a 1 month reign and Roman Reigns wins it back at the very next. Can't have that. Got to give him at least a 3 4 month reign with the World Heavyweight title. Because if LA Knight beats Roman Reigns and he loses the belt right back to him, like he doesn't look like a true champion. And to me, that would defeat the purpose of putting the belt on him to be. Um, not with it, man. That's what I believe the WWE should do. That's the direction I believe they should go. Everything else just remains to be seen. Also wanted to discuss my day trading aspiration. Now, let me give you a little insight as to what my financial situation is. And I don't mind being transparent here because, but like, I'm happy with the life that I have for myself. I'm, as you know, I'm living with cerebral palsy. As a result of that, I live off Social Security income. I'm currently receiving $1,000 a month. That's my living income. $1,000 a month, 12,000 a year. And for me, I got an organization that pays my rent, majority of my rent. So I have to pay a portion. I got a 700 credit score after this year paying off all my credit card debt. And after I pay my bills per month, put money away from my savings, I got about 600 bucks every month. And that's cool. Like, you could go to lounges, you could see the city, you could go to museums and, you know, indulge in the local events of the nightlife. And you can also do daytime activities as well. But for me, I was doing some thinking. And if I really want to live a better quality of life, I would need another stream of income. Now, over the years, I've tried multiple different outlets to make money. At a summer job, I was in my late teens, early 20s. I sports gamble, sports betting, had my highs and lows with that. That's how I accumulated my credit card debt in the first place. But for me, you know, obvious answer for anybody watching this would be like, yo, if you just want to make some extra money, get you a part-time job. Stop being lazy and work. But you see, for me, it's not that simple. I want to do what I enjoy. I feel like you only live once, right? This is the only life I get. I don't want to spend my time making another company money. I want to do the things that I enjoy with my time and my money. So it's not that I don't want to work because I'm lazy. Like you see this whole stream um conquest work. Me building up my social media platform, that's work. Me clocking in and making money for somebody else, that's just that's mundane. That's boring. To me, that's not what life is about. You should live your life on your terms. And I like the freedoms of Social Security. I'm able to do whatever I want, whatever I want. However, I don't like the financial restrictions. So, as a result of that, I'm exploring the possibility of day trading. Now, hold your horses. I have not made any trades or made even a broker account. I'm still in the process of learning. To be honest, it may even be some years before I even make my first. Because through everything I've read and every video I've watched on the subject, this is a skill that takes years to hone. And trust me, I will be taking years to learn it. Because I want to see things, I want to do things. And with the financial restraints of Social Security, I'm not quite sure I'll be able to do that. So, day trading seems to be the only possible option. So, as of right now, I'm still learning. I'll keep you posted on that. And other topics I wanted to discuss, the San Antonio Spurs shock the world and win game three last night at Madison Square Garden. I I'm shocked. I for one thought it's no way in the hell Wembenyama is gonna go in MSG and upset the New York Knicks with their first home playoff game since '99. But he completed the mission. Seemed like all night Wembenyama was picking and rolling his way to the back. Um, Go ball rotation. By the San Antonio Spurs. Stephon Castle, one of my favorite players in the league, contributed with 23 points, helping out Wembenyama. And now we know this series is going to go at least 5 games. And I got the Knicks winning game 4. because they need to go into it with the mindset of, yo, we're down 0-3. Don't Spurs are gonna come back and tie the series. They need to go into it with a sense of urgency, desperation. They need to treat it like it's a win or go home game. Mind you, before the series started, before the playoffs started, I had the San Antonio Spurs winning the 2026 championship. They're on pace to do so. This is how much of a shock the New York Knicks' magical season is. Nobody had the Knicks. Nobody had the Knicks doing, but they are. But it means nothing if they can't finish. They went away from their identity of playing through Karl Anthony Towns, and they reverted back to Jalen Brunson ball. If they know what's good for them, they'd give the ball right back to Cat, go back to what they've been doing. But we'll see how that unfolds. And that's it, y'all. I'm your boy Deebock, and this was episode 2. My thoughts. Follow me on X. Follow me on TikTok. Follow me on Instagram. Deebock _life on TikTok, Instagram, on X, the real _Deebock. DA real _Deebock. Love.